Hi everyone, welcome to Gasgoo CTalk. Our special guest today for the conversation is Mr. Christian Subotica, the President of HARMAN Automotive, and Mr. Liu Yuzhan, Senior Vice President of Customer Group Asia Pacific of HARMAN Automotive. HARMAN is famous for its outstanding achievements in the audio industry, but today its identity has extended far beyond that. In the fast-moving automotive industry, HARMAN is actively embracing change, surpassing the role of traditional automotive technology integrator and rapidly transforming into a comprehensive technology company. In this process, HARMAN, with consumer experience, automotive grade as a core, brings users driving experience through highly integrated intelligent cockpit platforms, ADAS, driver monitoring system, displays, connectivity, cloud services, automotive cybersecurity measure, brand audio system, automotive audio technology, and other dimensions. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We already know HARMAN is a famous brand, especially in the audio field. But in the automotive industry, can you give us more detail about your core business right now?
Sure. I mean, as of already today, we are world market leader in the field of intelligent cockpit. So compute technology you find in the car, large displays, connectivity, cloud services. So we are doing many more things than just the classical audio. Of course, audio is close to our heart. This creates a lot of emotions. This is our heritage. But this company has evolved already many years ago into a much broader portfolio.
Yeah, and now we are in the Beijing Auto Show 2024. What kind of technology and solutions, products you are showcasing this time?
Yeah, I mean, about 3 years ago, we saw that this whole industry is changing dramatically from an auto industry in more like a consumer electronics industry with tech elements in it. And so we have adapted our product research and innovation the last years, focusing on mixed augmented reality. So very advanced display technology and other optical technology like head-up displays and other things. We have been focusing on AI technology to read and understand better the room, so to say. How is the driver feeling? How are the passengers feeling? Because you want to do it in closed loop system. We have been working on spatial audio, which helps you also to enhance your augmented reality experience. And of course, a lot of technology which helps to keep the car fresh and to make it very fast in terms of time to market. And I think China speed is the name of the game this year, right? And I think we have started already some years ago to develop some solutions for that. Yeah,
you just mentioned the China market. So can you still give us more information about what's your aspects when what's happening in China market?
Oh, sure. So China is moving really fast. Everybody's saying China right now is very advanced on the electrification and also intelligence product development. If you look at all the new car launch in the market, how intelligent those system is, and how the incredible mileage those EV car can achieve, that's incredible. This is a very unique market in the world, I think. And for all the tier 1 or tech companies to compete in this market, really need to have very different strategy and different methodology, and how to build the system, how to build the product, how to innovate, how to fit into the local customer needs. It's very different, very different.
We also notice that currently in the automotive market, it has a very strong sign or the similarity to the consumer electronics. We know Samsung made the acquisition in 2017, and Samsung is a giant in the consumer electronics field. Does that bring some impact in HARMAN's business?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you take what I said earlier, that this industry is transforming into a consumer electronics and tech industry, then having Samsung as owner per se has a big advantage for HARMAN. We are leveraging and developing a lot of automotive technology together since many years. I spoke about it in the field of optical devices, display technology, semiconductors, in the health area, for example. And so we are very closely collaborating on common research projects. And beyond the technology, there is also this cadence, this pace, how you run a company which produces basically every year a new product, right? So a productized approach has a certain DNA, so to say, how you run and set up your entire company. And we are benefiting a lot from this, of course. And we are collaborating very intensively together.
Can you give us more detail or best practice?
Yeah, I can give you maybe 1-2 examples. One example is the display technology. You know that today in cars you have mainly TFT technology, and then everybody now has at home and on his mobile phone OLED quality, which is much more brighter, much more higher quality. And you would have a very high on cost if you would switch a car from TFT to OLED technology. So we have taken with Samsung as the first to market Neo QLED technology, have developed this automotive grade ready, so it works in automotive, has almost the very high quality, but is much more affordable. So we are taking consumer electronics, making it automotive grade with our experience in HARMAN, and then we bring something to the market which has a true differentiator. This is one practical example.
Any differences and the similarities in the consumer electronics and automotive industry from your point of view?
If you go maybe 5 years back, there were not many similarities to my point of view. No? If you are today and if you go to the show and see how companies present themselves, how the CTOs, CEOs of these companies think and how we interact, I think it's almost full consumer electronics. Of course, respecting the automotive grade part. Yeah? So our internal slogan is consumer experiences automotive grade. Yeah? So we're putting the CE focus in the front in focus. And of course we use our knowledge on making it automotive ready because it has to work in a different environment, it has to last potentially longer, and these aspects we can bring into this equation.
Regarding to the speed, I think the Chinese market has the fastest demands and upgrading of all the technologies. So what's the differences and the similarities between these two fields from your point of view?
Oh, absolutely. So now we know that consumer electronics, they develop in a very, very fast speed. Like if you look at a cell phone, every year they will have a new model. Because the consumers, they really like to keep their device be fresh and also want to always connect it to our latest digital life. This trend will apply same to the vehicle. So that's a big trend. The vehicle electronics also must catch up that kind of speed. You'll never be able to accept your phone can be updated every year, but the car for 5 years no any update. You are running a 5-year-old system. It's definitely not acceptable. So we do believe these two will have such similarity. As Christian mentioned, probably a couple of years ago, the automotive was not developed so advanced, so it's not so obviously different. But today, if we look at that, the car is more and more like a consumer product. So this is definitely a big trend, we see it.
Yeah, and if I take this up, I mean, of course you can't throw away your car every year. This is not an option. We have developed on the central things where you want to keep your car fresh, so the compute part, we have developed a device which you can easily upgrade. So during the vehicle life of the car, multiple times you can keep your car fresh, bring new compute power into the car. With this you keep the residual value of your car high because it's fresher, right? Yeah. And this is one of the innovations we have, we are showing here and have already shown in Shanghai, and we get a very good resonance of our customers on it.
As a leader of the industry, how to keep your competitiveness? You know, it's changing so fast.
And you know, it's every day a new battle, because competitors are not sleeping. They are super creative, and we respect them also very much. And also the landscape is changing. You have every day different competitors and new customers. So the first thing is I think you need excellent people and a great team in the market which you want to conquer. And we have more than 1,000 engineers here in China. We have more than 3,400 or 700 people in China being in the market. So not only employee, but also customer. And you have all the sensors in the market, right? You have all age groups, you have all different regional aspects in this regarding China. So this is a cool starting base. And then you need to give this team, of course, a certain or an important autonomy and involve them in the global strategy, make them contributed and benefit from the global strategy. A lot of things of these modern products are executed here and developed actually in China. And so you stay pretty close to what's happening, and then you can react fast. And if there's one thing also in this aspect of competitiveness, which is essential, is also speed, speed of implementation. And then I think other very important aspect is a culture where people dare to try something out, where you have a company culture which is encouraging people to try out, to do things, not to wait until somebody has decided on something, when complex management structures get very slow and but finally maybe send some kind of orders out. I think this is a way you cannot operate anymore as a company. And we have benchmarked our organizational setup, our company culture, with the best tech companies in the world, have tried to understand how do they operate, what is their structure, what is their leadership style, what is their company culture, and have the last 3-4 years actively implemented many changes to HARMAN to approach more and more this way of working. And then, of course, like always, you need a little bit of success and positive energy, and this makes people more eager to grow further, to be hungry but humble at the same time. And I think this is our recipe to stay a little bit ahead of competition.
Culture matters all the time.
A lot.
How about R&D team in China? I mean, the talents here plays a really important role to cooperate with the customers, right?
Yeah, of course. In fact, we have a pretty big team in China, and also this is a very good team. A lot of really good talents over here. And right now, what we are doing for HARMAN Automotive globally, we are doing the transformation, and the culture matters. And this is not just applied to our global team, but also exactly applied to our China team. So every day, our team in China also thinking about how do we move faster, how do we do the things more innovatively and creatively. So a lot of people right now here already understand what is the whole competition is, what we should do in China. So we are part of the global transformation team. So we are doing great on that part. So it's very important that we do that, and so we can serve in the best way to our customer in the China local market.
We noticed in recent years, actually many OEMs, especially China local OEMs, they will bring higher requirements about co-creation with their partners in order to meet the demands, or even some different scenarios. Do you have any cases can show us about their co-creation with your customers?
Maybe I start with a general example, and then maybe you can chime in with some local example. If you think about the classical old or traditional automotive industry, there was a very strong value chain, OEM, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. I think this structure you don't find in tech industry. You find more a value network than a value chain. So, and people are successful in this network when they have something to bring to the table. And then the others connect, and typically you connect on eye level because it's not so much the hierarchy which is in focus, but the common purpose, what you want to achieve. And this transformation is happening in the industry. This transformation is so complex that nobody can do it alone, from our point of view. Yes, you need this network, and this network lives from co-creation. This network lives from being connected to somebody, say, hey, look, hey, we have, I mean, just take the example of HARMAN and Samsung. We are two different companies, right? With pretty different company culture as well. But those teams, large 100+ people teams working on, for example, augmented reality head-up displays, they share the same passion, the same purpose, and then they start to create something. And this does not happen only with our in-house, so to say, partners, but it happens with our suppliers as well. And it happens also very well with our customers. And I think there are many co-created, maybe audio examples we can give you for China, right?
Yeah, exactly. So this, in fact, not just happening between all those internal teams, also the partners, but also with our customers. In China right now, the relationship between supplier and OEM customer no longer become, you are the customer, I'm the supplier, you tell me everything, I just listen to you. No, it's right now it's become a co-development model. In most cases, we have a lot of discussion with our customer. What is the best product for the end customer? Because our ultimate goal is to provide the best car, best product, best services to the end user, right? Not just me to satisfy my OEM customers. So we will build a very healthy collaboration each other. And we have a lot of experience and a lot of examples there, like across all the audio product, audio technology, digital cockpit, the display, everything. So it's totally new working model, I would say.
Yeah, HARMAN has a wide range of products portfolio. Can you give us more detail about each segment, about its innovation goal and R&D strategies?
Let me maybe start with our vision again. So creating consumer experiences automotive grade. So we put the consumer in the center and not the technology. This is the starting point. And then if you think about what people do in the car and what the car is, then you can imagine that the car is actually not only a car, it's the bridge between a physical and your digital world. Yeah? And it's your personalized digital device which brings you through a physical world. So that has immediately a number of implications. Yeah? So first of all, everything what you see in a mixed augmented reality experience in the car, for example, is important. So you need optical devices. So developing head-up displays which are super compact and fit very well into the vehicle integration, but created super large field of view, one practical innovation. Yeah. We are working on display technology, as I mentioned earlier, which is very affordable or has very specific characteristics where you, for example, use the lower end of the windscreen across from pillar to pillar to use this as one large display. The advantage is you're taking displays off the dashboard. You can concentrate information in a different way and present information in a different way. And this helps the optical path. The audio path, we have legendary brands and audio performances, and this in combination gives this mixed augmented reality experience. Then you need sensing technology to understand how does the driver feel? What is the cognitive load? How attentive is the driver? The classical DMS, OMS products, but we have taken it far beyond. So we are, to our knowledge, the only company in the world who can read cognitive load. So we read your brain activity, and with this we know that people, for example, are not concentrated on the driving task, even though they have the eyes on the road. Yeah? And this is important, for example, if you think about safety, or if you think about that, the fact that these displays become bigger, more information is displayed, and there are driving situations where you don't want to overload the driver. You want to keep the driver very focused on a single, maybe dangerous situation in front of the car. So you need context-driven orchestration, and there AI comes into play, because these decisions can not be made without context information. Of course, this all has to run on a compute architecture, which is not limited to the car, but connected to the cloud and connected to the environment. Because at the end, people, as I said they take this thing as a way to personalize the car in a way that it is connected to the digital life. So it needs to be connected, is anyhow clear, but it needs to be also able to be personalized. It needs to be able to be upgraded. It needs to have an app store to buy and do all kinds of in-vehicle upgrades over the time, or do any other things in this direction. And then of course it needs all back-end tasks. So the cloud services, all the back-end you need to operate a car in a digital environment. And this is already a pretty big bunch of things we are doing actually. But we need all these elements, and we are very passionate about it because you need these ingredients to really create a great in-cabin experience.
That's right. Especially in recent years in China, we noticed that the car actually, the young people will treat the car as a mobile living room, digital space.
Yeah.
So it changed a lot, right?
Yeah, of course, because the young generation of people, they get used to the digital life, right? So they have the mobile phone with them every day, and you can access the digital life at any time. So when they sit in the car, of course, they cannot accept this is just a moving vehicle. They get disconnected from the digital life. So absolutely, this is definitely now become mobile home, and they want to share exactly the same experience as they using their phones, their pad, their other consumer electronics products.
Yeah.
For sure.
How about in other areas? I mean, globally, if you look at the global market, what's the development pace of this field?
So I think this younger generation, however we define this, I think this is not so different across the globe. Yeah. Maybe at the moment the Chinese auto market has taken this to the limit. But I would say the expectations, the logic, how people look to this product is globally more or less similar. Now, coming to your question regarding speed, I would say we see here an unprecedented race at the moment in China for speed. Yeah? And here it is, if you look to the intensity of competition, I guess a real super important factor. In other markets, maybe not yet so much, but honestly, the expectations of the end customer are not so different. So the first one who moves also with a higher pace in other markets for sure gains a competitive advantage. That's why I'm not so concerned about other markets. I'm much more focusing on our ability to go the China pace, and be successful here. Because then the organization is in a good training, right? And then if you go to a different market or are in a different market, then you can copy paste a lot of the learnings. And since most of the things are anyhow global, happening global in our organization, as we want to go fast in China, we have to go fast across the globe almost at the same time to finish the things with success. So this is a challenge which immerses immediately the entire organization to change the way of working.